Who is that? She look familiar. Who is she? All right, good evening. Not evening, I should say good afternoon, everyone, and welcome.
Good morning.
Adams Brothers Podcast. Yes, it's morning. I got my times all mixed up here. I'm having such a good time here at the grand opening ribbon cutting of the Johnny L. Tigner Center here in Deerfield Beach. We're going to have a new number of guests come in to talk to us here. We got some extra microphones here. Have them come in a couple at a time and talk to us. We're going to have guests in and out of the office here. We're broadcasting live from the brand new Johnny L. Tigner Community Center, located in Deerfield Beach at the west end of the Oviedo McKeithen Recreational Complex here. Beautiful city of Deerfield Beach, man. It's nice. This is a beautiful building. Beautiful building. We're waiting for the mayor to come in right now. We're going to get the mayor and the vice mayor to come in right now. And
actually, former Mayor Peggy Nolan, former commissioner, and Mayor Bill Gans, and former Commissioner Peggy Nolan is going to join the mayor.
Oh boy, are they in trouble?
Oh, we're in trouble now. We got the mayor and the vice mayor coming in to talk to us right now. Come on in and have a seat here, wherever we pick up a mic. Make sure we get you in on the camera here. Pull up to the microphone there. This is wonderful. We got the mayor in here.
Probably got to come over.
You need to come over a little bit. Let's scoot over a little bit. Are you still in here?
There we go.
A little bit more. There we go. Pull up a microphone here. And first of all, happy if you guys don't know who this is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Current mayor, Mayor Bill Gantz, and former mayor Ms. Peggy Nolan here joining us here. We're at the grand opening of the Johnny L. Tigner Center, and we wanted to get comments from Mayor Gantz and former Mayor Peggy Nolan on this beautiful facility. So, ladies first. How about we're gonna go with ladies first here today?
What a difference. What an absolute fabulous facility this is, and for the city and for the neighborhood, for all the children in this community. And I think that's, to me, it's always been the most important thing, is the children in the community. You give them things to do, you give them programs, and we can't make excuses now. We have the facilities and the beautiful building to be able to have more programs in this community to help all the children, and hopefully they have some after-school tutoring for the kids. And I'm thrilled to death to be part of this city and seeing it move forward for our future.
Me too. Absolutely. I am proud myself. Just knowing, coming out here as a kid, and I was just in awe earlier, just looking, because we was coming out here at 12, 13, 14 years old to the dance. They used to have a dance on Saturday night.
Yep.
And to come here today and just look at this, I was in awe. Just kind of emotional for me.
Yep. So, and we have the commission now and the mayor that graciously helped Commissioner Preston, and to fulfill fulfill the wishes of the the and that's so important, to have a united commission to be able to get things done for this community.
Absolutely. And Mayor Gantz, we heard you say that we all stuck together, and it was the wish of the community to add more space to this beautiful facility, and we all stuck together and we got it done. And could you elaborate a little bit more on that and tell us your thoughts about this breathtaking facility? And if you knew Mr. Tigner, I believe you were still around.
Oh, yeah.
Share a memory that you have of Johnny L. Tigner.
Legend, absolute legend. That was one of the go-to people that you want to know what was going on in the community, what was needed in the community. That's who you went to. That was somebody that had a legendary status. That as a commissioner coming in 16 years ago, when he was still around, that was somebody who that was one of the go-to people that when people want to know what was going on, I think he was one of the leaders. And it's nice to have a facility to be able to live up to the size of that legend. And I think it's a pleasure to be able to honor him. And I want to give Commissioner Preston praise for coming up with the idea of naming him on this. We look at these projects that we did. I remember when I first got in office as mayor, we said, let's go out for 3 bonds. We want to do 3 things in the community. One of them was the Braithwaite Center and redoing that. and we see what that was, and we see what it is now. We look at the Tigner Center was phenomenal state-of-the-art facility in probably 1975, but we look at what it is now, and there were a lot of naysayers that say don't do it. They didn't want us to take the bond money out to do that. They didn't want us to do the Braithwaite Center. They didn't want us to do this. So, they wanted us to do this smaller. But the community came out, and you gentlemen came out and said, hey, we think that we deserve and we have the demand and need for it. And what I'm proud about this commission is we said, you know what, they're right. And I think that's the successful path for any elected official is listen to the community, determine what the needs are, create a plan, listen to them throughout this project, and carry it through successfully. And that's what we've done. Super proud of this. When you look at this, this is the heart of Deerfield Beach right now.
It is.
When I first moved to Deerfield Beach 30 years ago, my kids participating in programs, it was West Side Park, watch out for West Side Park. It was a negative thing. It's a very negative thing. When I first got in office, it was probably at the lowest point when people were really talking about how bad West Side Park is. Now you look at it. This is the heart of Deerfield Beach, where it's at. We have something that rivals Pompano and other areas. And what I really liked about the community input on this is that, when I first got into office, 70,000 people we had in the city. We're over 85,000 now. This is a community center that the residents deserve. And I think that is something that I'm extremely proud of.
Right. And we're proud of it too. And I was one of the ones that in that meeting when we were talking about this center, we were just in the early stages of it, and I got up and I spoke about it, and I asked for more seating.
Yeah.
And like you say, not everyone was for it, and the city, the mayor and the commissioners and city manager, you all saw a need.
Yes.
And that we needed more seating. If you wanted to go and have competition with the EPAC Larkins Community Center and the Emmylou Olsen Civic Center, you can host your own city parties right here, right now. It could accommodate that. So kudos to you, Mayor Gantz, and the commissioners and everyone that was involved in making that hard decision to put that extra money, put the extra space here. Kudos to you.
Yeah, because I remember the mayor took a lot of heat. I remember I was watching the meeting, and I saw him up there one night, and he was just saying how he's glad that he didn't listen to the naysayers. So I'm thankful for y'all.
Thank you. Well, I think
everything that y'all did here. Put that money into it.
Well, I thank you guys for coming out as community leaders to be able to come out and talk about the need. And it wasn't hype. It wasn't just bravado. It was, this is what we need, and here's why. And I think hopefully it's a lesson for future elected officials and community leaders that, when you listen to the community, there's always going to be people that say no.
Yes.
There are going to be people that want to do it on the cheap. They could have their own reasons why they want to do it. But when you listen to the majority and you can build a consensus based on that, if you're looking to make everybody happy, you're in the wrong line.
Not even
This kind of project doesn't get built if you're trying to make everybody happy.
That's right.
There will still be people that will walk through this building and say, I wish that stairwell wasn't there. Or how dare you use that 3-room office for,
But you know what? I say this, man. I think even your naysayers, I think they walk in here today.
I see a couple of them.
They're not gonna. They maybe won't be able to say it,
Right.
but I guarantee you, they're
The fact that they're here
they're
today,
wrong.
and I'm going to tell you right now, they can't help but smile and take some
That's right.
pride. If they
And
love
I saw
the city of
them
Deerfield Beach,
I thought something.
if you love the city of Deerfield Beach, this is a proud day for us.
It
Yes,
is.
definitely.
Man, this is history in the making, and this deserving to see Johnny L. Tigner's name up there. He was a humble man, very soft-spoken, hard worker. He spent his life out here at this park, and it sends a chill through my body just to see that his name up on that building, and it's a good day here in Deerfield Beach.
When we had the speeches out there, when his daughter got up to speak, you notice she's the only one that got some shade. The sky, put a little clouds over that sun, give it a little bit of a break. And that was Johnny. I had no doubt about it.
And it's amazing too, because I was just saying it on our podcast the other day, coming out here as kids to the dance. Miss Mary, Mr. Tigner's niece. Miss Mary was out here when we were kids, And it's amazing to come and work for the city, and both of them were still there, and I was able to talk to them. That's why I say I don't think no one knows how I feel about just today, how a good feeling, and just like Commissioner Preston said, who just went into the room, I think if we work together here in this city as together, we can get anything here accomplished here in this city as one. But we all gotta, I think, take a step backwards. Don't let our emotions get in the way all the time. And I think I don't see nothing but good things for this city. I'm telling you, I mean that from the bottom. I see great things coming because this city has so much potential. I'm glad to even see former Mayor Nolan.
Of course, like we
run into you from time to time, y'all gentlemen.
You know, it was nice. We had former Commissioner Battle out there. We had former State Rep Clark Reed. It's nice to have everybody here as a community and come together on this. And what I love is the fact that you guys grew up here. This is your backyard. You've been here. And I think one of the things.
1970?
No.
13.
Which is weird because you're only 30. But I will say this is that, you know, I think, and I give Commissioner Preston, who's loitering over here, but he's going to join us.
He's coming up next.
I give him credit because, you know, one of the beauties of doing these projects, especially in the center part of the city, that sometimes, you know, when I first got in office, and Peggy and I back then would hear there's not enough being done in District 2, the central area of the city. I don't look at the districts. I look at it as one community. But I will say when you see areas that need that improvement, one of the things I think is made a big difference in uplifting areas is when you name it after people who made a significant impact in the community. So we look at the facility that we named after your father, that we just recently did that. Having this named after Johnny L. Tigner. Having the Braithwaite Center with all the historical data that's there that have that name. Commissioner Preston, I give him a lot of credit for that. And we look at what we've done, even with the memorial cemetery that we have. When we're able to lift up some of our pioneers that for years were not exactly the pioneers that were getting the credit they deserve. Right. When we're able to do that, that brings everybody together. And like I said, when we talked about it, Old West Side Park, well, this is Johnny L. Tigner Center at Oviedo McKeithen, and that is something that we can all be proud of, especially when there's people that have known the families, known these individuals, and can talk about them.
And I'm still waiting there for Mayor Nolan to get her name on the pool.
We are too. Get on it. We need you to move forward.
I would love to see that. She's well deserving of that. She's always a fighter. And so it wouldn't be there if it wasn't for her. Yes, that's right. And I definitely like to see her name go up at the middle school.
Your thoughts on that? What do you think about that?
You know, my
former mayor, Nolan?
That's okay. My goal was to have every child in the city of Deerfield Beach learn how to swim for free. And when I found out there was money through Swim Central, and we could get a bond issue in the city and get the property for $1 or whatever we pay the contract with them to have the property, full steam ahead. And I'm so proud. The best part is when I see the kids walking down 6th Avenue from Deerfield Elementary School to go for swim lessons, and they're free. And I remember one day, Sylvia Portier said to me, I went over, I don't know how to swim, and I went over and had swim lessons in that swimming pool. So it helps everybody, and it's open to every child in this community, and that's very important. You read every day in the newspaper about children drowning, you know. So
we're going to stay on the school board. We're going to get on that. We promise you, we're going to help you get your name on that pool over there, and it's well deserving. Well deserved. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you both for stopping by and talking to us.
Thank you for you guys do. Yeah, it's wonderful. I love watching you.
Thank you as always, man.
Thank you.
We got Commissioner Ben Preston coming up here next here.
Come on.
Yeah, get in there.
We're going to have guests coming in and out of the room all day before they leave. We're going to try and catch them before they all leave. So Commissioner Ben Preston, welcome to the Adams Brothers podcast. Pull up a chair. And,
thank you so much. Glad to be here.
This way some more. You're not on camera right now.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we get you in here. Yeah. There you go. You're not on camera right now. So we've been asking people to come by and tell us what you think about this Johnny L. Tigner Community Center here. What are your thoughts on it? How does it make you feel? And just tell us your thoughts. Share a memory of Johnny L. Tigner.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, first of all, to be here with you guys. Before I talk about today's event. I'd like to thank both you, Wayne,
Mhm.
and Daryl, for what you're doing. This is transformative for you guys to have a vision about a podcast and bringing information forward to the community. One of the things that I remember is that you guys were always concerned about what was going on, but always embracing the issue. You have found the perfect platform for you guys and your personality to do this. And so many people are talking about the Adams broadcast podcast. So now about the Tigner Center, I will tell you that it is my pleasure to be a part of this. Johnny L. Tigner was a guy that was a very special guy. And I was always drawn to his heart of helping kids and trying to do things in his community and asking nobody to help him. He wasn't looking for attention. He was just a good person, much like yourself, just wanted to do things for the community. I used to battle him all the time here in ping pong. I was always taken by his attitude. Now, when he passed, I wanted to do something. I just felt it was the right thing to do. So the old building, I went to the family and I told them that, if you want to name that building, and I think he should be honored for that. It would be my pleasure to bring it forward. They said yes, and they, was filling me in on some other things. And I brought it forward to the commission that this building should be named for Johnny L. Tigner, not a single no vote. And it was a big moment. This was a big moment for this community. It was a big moment for the Tigner family. And of course, as a politician, you step back and you say, what's your job? Your job is to make things better around you. Hear the people and not let a guy like Johnny Tigner be forgotten.
Right.
Because if you don't do something, everybody will be talking a little private conversation about, Johnny. But he's gone.
Right.
And guess what? When the people stop talking, the history's there. But now, when you look at this building, when you look at this epic center for the city of Deerfield Beach, his name and the Tigner name lives in perpetuity.
Yep.
And it'll be up there forever, and it'll never ever come down.
That's right.
And man, I'm so happy to see this day. The Tigner family, I'm there elated. We're gonna have some of his kids and relatives coming in. We can't get them all. There's a lot of them out there, but we can't get them all. Do you have an experience, a quick moment? Do you remember talking to Johnny? If you ever had a conversation with him?
Yes, I did. I had a lot
Can
of.
you share that
Yes.
memory?
I remember being over here. We might have been playing ping pong, but he was telling me and very appreciative of me being on the fire department and what I had achieved in the fire department, and that meant a lot to me because, guys, I didn't come from this community.
Yeah.
I don't know the people in this community like a lot of the people know each other. Johnny Tigner was one of those guys that accepted me.
Humble man.
Humble man.
Very humble.
He accepted me because for a lot of I didn't understand why the community wasn't embracing of where I came from. But it was like this: if you are not from here, that's just the way they are. You have to prove yourself to this community.
Yes, you do.
That's just the way that it is. But you know what I found? That when you do, they will accept you. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody has been more motivating and inspirational to me than you two guys.
Thank you.
Wayne Adams, Daryl Adams, but you've always kept it up front. And that's what I appreciate about you, is that if you saw something that was not good, even when it involved the police, you said it. You did something that I think was so monumental that we had a march. Pardon me.
No, it's okay. No editing. This is live like Memorex right here.
So I remember. Do you remember the George Floyd?
Yes, the march y'all had. I remember.
Y'all
put that
Organized it. I organized.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. But let me ask you something. Take a look at the many communities that did something like that. How many can say that they actually had the police?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you had police.
Yes.
I was looking at that day, police saying, No justice, no peace. I remember that.
Yes.
You know,
I have pictures that I think I shared.
During
on
the height of
my page.
COVID.
at the height of COVID.
Yeah.
So that's what it. And the reason I bring it up is because it's an example of when you do things the right way, you get buy-in. That's what you guys have done. You've gotten buy-in, and I just heard that.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're just what you're saying. We want people.
We want people to buy in.
To buy in authentically.
Yeah, and they are doing that. This community is going to be better, and it's growing. And as you said, this is a place now for the entire city. District 1, District 2, 3, and 4. Listen, is going to be able to participate and be better simply because of this building. That you know how many positive projects are going to be housed in this building that's going to benefit this community.
Yes.
I mean, this is a blessing from the Lord.
Oh,
Thank
It's
you, Lord.
huge, man.
Yes.
Man,
And we appreciate you for
Kudos.
all the work that you did in always fighting for this community, especially projects here. A lot of people don't give you credit. A lot of times, like you say, you're not from here, so a lot of times people, for some reason, don't want to give people credit when they're not from that town, and that's just how it is. If I went to where you were from, they probably wouldn't give me the credit that if I went there and did something. So I always told you, Commissioner, don't take it personal.
Yeah, you did.
That's just how people.
You
That's
did.
just how
You did.
this community and other communities like this are.
you have to have tough skin to be a politician.
Yes.
Oh, that's a fact.
Broad shoulders as well, you know. So,
But you know what? I'm going to tell you, it's a lady that just told me, thank you for helping me with a permit that I helped her get. And I've learned that when you become a politician, it's not about your title.
Yeah.
It's about your service.
Yes.
It's not about title. It's about service. You realize that I'm not in the very near future, we're going to be honoring your father.
yes,
Think about that.
here before the end of the year.
You tell me a place where an employee comes and he garnishes so much respect that the commission, the city decides to name a complex after him. How big is that?
That's huge here.
That's huge.
Two black
And we
men.
can't
Black
wait.
men.
We can't wait.
Johnny Tigner and Bernard.
Listen,
That is huge, whether people see it or not.
it's transformative.
Yes.
And it's an example of where we're going. It's an example of,
Yes.
you know something? We are only limited now
right.
by our own imagination.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
if you have said, Wayne, and I heard you say it too, Darryl, that we want this city to be a great city.
Yeah.
And, you know, what you guys have interjected is actually coming to fruition.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Oh, I don't see nothing
We're
but
changing,
better
we're
days.
changing the narrative around here,
Yeah.
you know, and we're trying to change some minds one at a time.
I got 2 years
Some
left.
thinking as well, the way people think and change one mind, and you know, we just keep chipping away at it.
That's right. I got 2 years left as commissioner, and I'll be turned out. But I want to truly thank all of the people in District 2 who voted for me and who gave me a chance. Thank you so much. It has been my honor to serve you. And for the last 2 years, I'm going to do everything that I can do to get as many projects and get, you know, because I want the next person, whoever that may be, to take that torch and go to the next level. You know, whatever light that the Lord has allowed me to burn, I want the next person to burn it a little bit brighter.
That's right.
You know, and that's really what it's about.
Mhm.
And I'm going to just tell you something. When I was down a couple of times, I don't tell everybody my personal business, guys, but there were times that I was down, a little bit discouraged, and sometimes even hurt. But you, Wayne, and you, Darryl, were good people. You don't even know sometimes the conversation that you had with me, you had no idea that you was lifting me up and getting my spirits again in a positive way when I was dealing with. Because sometimes when you are just beat up by people, and a lot of the time unnecessarily, okay, you don't always say at this moment, I'm hurting right now. Just keep it in. But you guys said the right thing at the right time.
Thank you.
And
We're all human.
I
We
appreciate
all have
that.
feelings, and you know, your feelings can get hurt just like everybody
That's
else.
right.
You
That's
know?
right.
And it comes along with being a politician.
That's
You know,
right.
like I say, you have to have broad shoulders.
That's
and,
right.
you know, you have to be able to take constructive criticism, you know, and sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelmed.
That's right. And I'm going to tell you, there has been, since I've been in office, some tremendous achievements. But I want you all to know, everybody out there, that wasn't a result of Ben Preston. I have not the ability nor the ingenuity to say that I am that way. It is simply by my faith in the direction that the Lord Jesus Christ gave me to be able to get the things done. It was his vision for a lot of these. It's his vision for this. It's his vision for the Bravery Center and so many other projects. And I give him the praise and thanks. So I just want you to know that I'm going to continue to have faith in him. So for the next 2 years, there may be some even bigger things can even be done. So, guys, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Mr. Ben Preston.
so
Thank you for stopping by and talking to us.
District 2 Commissioner Ben Preston.
We got more
Thank
guests
you.
coming in to talk to us here. So if you see the city manager out there, if you see
Some of the
other
Tigner
commissioners,
family.
the Tigner family,
Definitely we want to get the
we
Tigner
want
family.
to send them in and we want to get some comments from them as well. So we're broadcasting live from the ribbon cutting of the Johnny L. Tigner Center. We've been talking to Mayor Bill Gantz and former Mayor Peggy Nolan. We just finished talking to Commissioner, Deerfield
District
Beach
2
City Commissioner,
Commissioner.
District 2, Ben Preston.
Who's
Just
term
got-
limited out in 2 years. And our mayor, Mayor Bill Gantz, he's gonna be term limited in March of 2025.
Right.
So you're gonna see some changes here in the next
Some
few
new faces,
years.
some new
New
eyes,
faces
fresh
on the
eyes,
dais.
fresh ideas and everything. So yes, it's going to be, the commission is going to look totally different here in about 2 years. So hopefully we get some younger people in here with some more, bring some more ideas, brand new fresh ideas here. And hey man, that's what Deerfield is all about. We're moving in the right direction.
Yes, we're definitely trending
We
in
are
the right
moving in the right direction, and we have politicians here that listen. That's listening now.
Right.
And not saying that they didn't listen. I want to make that clear. It's not saying that they didn't. They never listened to the community, the taxpayers, and everything. But they're listening more. You know. Now we have social media, AI. You know, we have all kind of technology here. You know, everybody's got platforms now to come
Right.
out and talk and to try and make a difference here in the community. So. We want to thank the commissioners, Hudak, Preston, who else? Parnas, Drosky.
Drosky wasn't
Yeah.
able to attend today. He was on a
He's away.
legislative trip for the city of Deerfield Beach, so
Right.
he's not here, but he sent his regards here.
So as we see these family members walk by, we
And
can see
people.
them here at the window. We're waiting on Bishop Pelt to come through, Reverend Knowles.
Trying to get the Tigner family. Let me see if I can
Greg
get
Warner
some
right there.
to get the Tigner family, to get Felicia and Celicia and all John Boy and all the rest of it.
Yeah, maybe we
I
can
like
get
to
their
get them.
attention there. They're looking over this way. Where we're facing, we could see people when they come in the door. We're here in the BSO, soon to be substation. We have we're all set up here. As you can see, we have our banner and our backdrop here.
Felicia,
Tell them to bring Felicia and Celicia. And they could come in and they could actually stand behind us if they want to. Some of them, and we could pass the microphone to them. They could stand up one by one. And
Yeah, they can stand behind us or whatever once they can get in.
so we're waiting on the Tigner family, his kids, to come in and chat with us and talk to us here and give us share their feelings and a memory of their dad here live on the Adams Brothers podcast. We're broadcasting live from the Johnny L. Tigner Community Center. This is
It is a lot of people here
this
today
is the grand
too.
opening here, the ribbon cutting. So we are live here,
Come
live
by
and in
and holler
color,
at us.
live and in color. So we're broadcasting live here.
Yeah.
We got more people coming up. So this is a good day here in the city of Deerfield
Yes,
Beach.
it is.
So yeah, you see us, we're pointing at trying to get these family members to come over here and talk to us. So I know you all out there that's watching on social media, you see us pointing and everything, but that's what's happening. We're live here and people we're just just freestyle right here to get people to come and talk to us right now. A lot of family members are here today. So this is huge, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful facility here today, man. I'm telling you, man, it's a ribbon cutting here. If you didn't get a chance to come by and see it, man, you need to come by and see this.
Come by and holler.
Come by. And
Just
see
say
it.
hello.
Come by the
We in a
table
little
and
room.
talk to
Come
us.
by. Just come by and say hello.
We can
to
only
us.
get 2 or 3 at a time, so we can't get 10 people in this room.
We
but
got 2 other mics, and
we got 2 separate mics here that.
and we were also told earlier that in November they're going to be honoring Deputy Harold Morrison in a event out here. The Morrison family, Dread's family, will be here in November, so that's going to be in November. They're going to be honoring Deputy Harold Morrison. So stay tuned for that. That's another great honor for a great man in Deputy Morrison. He was what
Dread. They used to call him Dread.
he was what a lot of people would like to see in policing.
Yes, we're waiting on them. So Wayne was saying, we got people coming into the glass.
They said they were taking
They're
pictures,
trying to get.
so that's what we're waiting on.
Taking the
Them.
family in here before they
Yeah,
leave. So
okay.
we're talking. You see us pointing at the glass over there. So that's all that is. We don't want to miss the Tigner family. We definitely want to get them in here and to give us get their feelings and how they feel about this center here. So absolutely, yeah. So this is great. This is huge.
Yes.
This building here is beautiful, and I look forward to seeing all of the the programs that's going to be coming into this center.
Yes.
They have so many beautiful rooms upstairs that can be utilized for different things. Zumba, line dancing, ballroom, podcasting, meeting rooms. They can have all kind of events that they can hold here. And I'm not sure. I think they can hold up to 300-400 chairs or seating. But this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And as former Mayor Peggy Nolan said earlier, it's no more excuses now for not keeping the kids busy. It's no more excuses. The excuses gotta stop today. This facility should be full all the time with programs that's going to benefit the kids all over this community.
Every day.
This place should
From
be
the
full.
time it opens until the time that it closes at night, this building should be full. They have the space, and I'm sure I have all the confidence in the world with Mary Davis and Greg Warner
And Liz Nolan and everyone
Liz
that's
Nolan and
over
everybody
here.
that's involved here, man. I'm sure they're gonna fill this place up.
Yes.
And you'll be want to come here every single day. I'm sure there'll be some things in here for the seniors as well.
Exactly. Which
So,
we heard some of about the ballroom dancing, some of the things that
Right.
they're saying they were going to have ballroom dancing.
And also,
hopefully line dancing
Yes.
for the
Miss
younger
Taffy,
people.
hopefully we can get Miss Taffy here to maybe do some line dancing. And who else? Deputy James Nichols
Deputy James
with the
Nichols with his
DJ
DJ program.
Can't wait for him to move that over here.
They even have a podcast room here
Yes,
where they can
nice
teach
chairs up there.
podcasts, and that is something that is very popular, up and coming. You see everyone today have podcasts. You look at Club Shay Shay, which is one of the highest rated podcasts. Remember at the beginning of the year, Shannon Sharp had Cat Williams, and Cat Williams had one of the highest rated podcasts in television, in linear television and on the internet. So podcasting is the way to go. That is the way to
We
go.
have some of the Tigner family coming in now. And,
Well, we got cousin Flora,
cousin
Bill Barr. We
Phil
want to
Barr.
talk. We want to get talk to y'all and see what this means to you all. What this means to everyone. You too. Come sit down.
What's the memory you have? What memory you have of Johnny L. Tigner?
You can come sit down.
He pushed me in here.
It's so-
He will not stand. He will not.
You good, Janice?
Want to
Come
make
to
sure
the
you
mic
on,
over there.
come up a little closer.
Make sure
Wanna
y'all in the
make sure
camera.
You are on camera here. Come on over a little bit more. Come on over a little bit
Come
more.
on over,
Flo.
Janice, so we can see you.
All right,
Okay.
there you go. Now you're in the camera, so we've been getting different people to come by
Stop
and
in.
to if you have a memory or can you come in and share a memory of Johnny L. Tigner that you had personally with him?
And tell us what
Wow,
this
he
center
was
means
And
to
tell us
you.
what this center means to you.
Wow, this means so
Come a little
much.
closer to the microphone.
This means so much to me. I grew up, born and raised in Deerfield on First Street,
Uh-huh.
on First Terrace, and it's our first court. I'm gonna get it right. That's how old I am. The Tigners lived on First Street,
Mhm.
and this area was wooded. And this was our playground area. We built cardboard houses, and that's where we played at back in the day. That was way, way back. But coming up on over the years, I remember Johnny so well. All the memories and the good memories of he and his family have done for the city of Deerfield, and thank God for what Deerfield has done for us, the city, the managers and city manager and commissioners and all that. It is a blessing. I
Yes,
see so much. I remember this is the old West Side Park. When it was the first park, when we used to have dances out there.
Yes, we did.
And I remember before you all, we had the dances. Way before you all born, we had teenagers. I remember running home on First Court, and Mom told us what time to be there. So we left here and went back home, right behind the Masonic Hall.
Mhm.
Now to see this come up, I can talk about it and think about it all day.
Yeah.
We are blessed.
Beautiful
We are
facility.
Deerfield.
Did you get a chance to go upstairs
I
and
saw
tour?
many of it, but I got some more things in mind that I'm gonna come back later and visit and do some things in here. So I get some memories, I'm old, but I got one.
No, you're not. Let's get over closing money. Flo.
Okay, I got some clothes, but I don't have that much.
All right, Miss Janice, one more Tigner. Can you
Okay.
share a memory that you have of Johnny L. Tigner?
Tell us what this center means.
What it
to
means to
you.
you.
Well,
How are you feeling about seeing his name upon it? Cynthia?
I'm feeling great and honored to be a part of it, and it's a blessed occasion. I was actually part of the community cafe meetings that they had, which led up to the community. We used to come together with the old Parks and Rec manager Terry,
Here.
and we used to meet every once a month, and we mapped out things that we would like to see on this park. And my thing was, I used to always tell her, you know what, there's that Emily Olsen Center in Pompano, and they have these
That
different
Larkin Center?
rooms. No, the Emily Olsen Center.
Emerald.
Yeah. And they have a different rooms where you can do your different seminars and programs going on different times. It's a big ballroom and everything. And I was like, we need something like that. And we talked about dog park, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. And it's here. It's here. And it's actually 2-3 times more amazing than that facility is. But they have a jewel like that right here in our city.
That's right.
And we pray that the younger generation underneath us, I'm the 60th generation, that they will take a tour, take a walk through here and see the grounds that we walked on, our parents walked on. I wasn't privy to be a person as much or be out here as much. We were in church a whole lot. But when I had my daughter, I was able to come out and be a part of West Side Park. With the Packer Rattlers for over 16 years under the leadership of Mr. one and only Bernard Adams. And that was the best president, I tell you, that I know they ever had and ever will have.
Yeah, he'll be coming through here. Him and my mom, they'll be coming through to hop on these microphones. And
Yeah,
go
but
ahead.
they led us and they told us what was right, what the city allowed, and things were done in decent and in order. And it was a beautiful organization, and it was a beautiful tenure for us, along with the Mango Festival being held out here. So maybe that's something that we have.
I remember Cousin Flo was involved in that way back her and Miss Cox. I remember.
So,
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's that history.
So share a memory that you have of Johnny L. Tigner, of a conversation that you had with him. If you can think of one off the top of your head.
Top of my head, I really can't.
What type of person was he to you?
Just quiet, humble.
Yep.
That's who he was. He was a quiet, humble man. I'm married into the family. He's actually my husband's uncle, his father's brother, which we can't get him in the room to talk. So I'm here.
He
Well,
was able to-
Uh,
we're gonna get Felicia.
Yeah, and so his brother is standing out, his only living, last living brother is
Yeah,
outside
Eric.
Eric.
Yeah.
Is there.
Yeah. I want to talk to
But,
Eric, too.
it's a good, a nice experience.
That's good.
And I see the different, along my flow, the different programs that are gonna be able to come out of this facility. I mean, the growth, I think it's gonna be spiritual, happenings here.
Yes, it is.
That's gonna be
I see
unknown
great things
and
happening here.
untouched, and I'm just so looking forward
Me
to it.
too. Me too.
So I'm glad to be a part of it.
Well, we want to thank you
Thank
all
you
for
all.
coming by. We got other people who want to get in here, but thank you for coming by
Thank
and
you.
sharing.
Thank both of you.
for having us.
this
Y'all
experience
two
and
legends here. That's why
memory.
y'all in the Hall of Fame, because y'all two legends.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are
man.
too.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
appreciate
We're all legends
Yeah.
here. in
former
this
law enforcement
Deerfield Beach.
officer. So thank you for your service with Broward County Sheriff's Office.
I just want to say this today has been a big, large family reunion for this facility to be open today. Not just for the Tigner family, but the whole community
That's
of
right.
Deerfield Beach.
That's right.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
Well,
Thank
thank you.
you
Thank you,
all.
Cousin Flora Philpott and Janice Ford
One more
Tigner for
segment.
coming
Thank
by,
Thank you.
talking to us, just watching.
Can you
stuff
send
and
Eric
getting
in here too?
Yes, I can. I'll go
Yes,
get him.
Eric.
If they're finished, I
Yeah,
like
he's
this.
just standing
I
out
know
there. so I'll go
Felicia
get him.
and
They were
Felicia and
taking
all of them.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Eric can come in here. We can get Eric.
Okay.
You need some help, Cousin Flo?
Thank you, ladies, for coming by and talking to us. We appreciate you all very much.
Thursday night.
Yes, absolutely. Here, I'll get this chair a little bit closer here. We're trying to get more of the Tigner family in here to come in here and talk to us and come up to the microphones here and share an experience. We're trying to get his brother Eric in here. We see Betty. That's his niece. Right?
Yeah, that was Miss Betty Gowdy.
Yes, Betty Gowdy.
Gowdy.
So we got different people.
And Maisie.
Wait, Maisie. We're gonna have our mom and dad, come by here and talk to us. Hey, Tony, get Sensational Sands. Hey, how you doing, my brother? Thank you for chiming in here on the Adams Brothers podcast. So, got more guests coming in here. Mr. Mark Howell, come on in. City
Yeah.
employee, pull up a chair, man. You gotta get in here.
Long-time resident.
Yeah, come on in. Hop on in here. Get in here. You always help us out here.
Let me get in
That's
trouble
right.
here.
No, you're not gonna get in trouble. Mark, come on over a little bit.
Okay,
closer, please.
okay.
We wanna get
Come
you,
on and get it.
in on
Y'all
the
can see
camera.
the screen. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You can see
why
when
don't
you
you see yourself in that screen?
I didn't know I looked at it on camera.
So we want you, I don't know, Rebecca, I don't know if you remember Johnny L. Tigner. Mark, I think I'm sure you remember
When
him.
I first came down in 1985,
Uh-huh.
and when we met him, my uncle owned the McDonald's, and he
Robinson.
was part of helping set up the Mango Festival.
Right.
And the very first one was only in the field. You remember?
Yes.
Remember that?
Tell me your age now. And then it grew from there.
Yes, it did.
So
we just had actually one of the founders, Flora
Yes,
Philpott.
yes,
She was
yes.
one of the original. Her and Miss May Cox.
Yes.
So share a quick memory or conversation that you can remember having with Johnny Tigner. What type of person was he when you talked to him?
He was always a quiet, well-mannered young man, well,
Yes.
I'd say it. He seemed like he wouldn't give nobody no problem,
No, he wouldn't.
but yet he was always there to lead by example. Be on your post, be on your job, do what you're supposed to do, but never complain.
Yeah.
You know, I think he put himself before others.
Yes, he
I
did.
really and truly did. And he had a wife. He had kids.
Yes.
But he was always out here.
No, he was here. This was, I don't think this was his job. I think this was his passion. And I think that's a problem most of us have today. We do not chase our passion. Some of us come because of a paycheck.
Yep.
But if you change and work through your passion, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's right.
Rebecca Medina, right here. Sometimes I always call
He's
her.
the marketing,
Yes.
Public affairs.
public affairs and marketing
Right.
for the city
Sometimes
of Deerfield.
you'll-
She's our godsend.
Yes. Sometimes you'll see her sister Vanessa Medina on Channel 7.
Yeah.
And sometimes I call Rebecca Vanessa. And
All
she's
the
like, I
time.
know what you mean.
It's all right. That's a good mistake.
But what is this experience here today? What is ribbon cutting and the grand opening of the Johnny L. Tigner Center. How do you feel?
Oh my goodness. Well, first and foremost, I didn't know Mr. Tigner, but what I do know about him was that I hear from every corner of District 2 in particular is that he was a man of integrity.
Yes, he was.
And I hear that word described about his character over and over and over again. And that's a testament not only to his family, and that's not just the legacy to his family, but to the city, to the District 2 community, but just as a whole, what he did for District 2 has outlived him.
Yes.
And I love that we get to be a small part of that. The thing that I'm most proud of with this particular project is that District 2 stood up and really, truly came to the table to talk about what they wanted to see in this center. And, you know, District 2 was a part of the table. When you think about planning, when you think about being invited, right, to a table, it's not just what we do in government is a teeny tiny portion. We can't operate, we can't function. We don't have the right to if it's not for the people. And so the fact that you all came to the table and said, we are going to be part of this. This is our community.
Yes.
We have certain things we want to see. We have certain celebrations we want to have in that future center that hasn't even been thought up yet. But we're going to be a part of this. We want to be a part of the planning. I love what Ben Preston said today about every single brick inside this center. Every single brick represents the voice of the people. And that to me,
That's huge.
That is huge.
Yes.
It's special. And I am just so grateful, so very grateful to be a teeny tiny part of it, because this is all for you.
Yes.
This is for your children, for your children's children to enjoy for many years to come.
Yes, it is.
This is our tax dollars at its finest.
That is fine.
Yes.
This is a blessing.
Yes.
This is a blessing right here, and we
This is what you
want
work hard for. Right?
Yes, absolutely. So we've been talking to, I'm getting ready to say, Rebecca Medina.
Yeah.
And Mark Howell, he's a city employee here. Thank you for coming by.
Thank
Sharing
you
a
for
quick
stopping by.
I
experience
just
here.
want to piggyback a little bit on what she was saying there. I want to thank whoever allowed us to have that opportunity to have input, because it will allow District 2 to have events that they have,
Yes.
and the building will accommodate. We have some buildings that the accommodation just doesn't fit every event that you would like to have. And I want to thank them for that. And that keeps it right here at home.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
But I just real quick too, I love that Mark is not just a resident born and bred in Deerfield.
No, I wasn't.
But
He's from
well,
Ohio.
you might as well
Ohio.
be. But you might as well be.
We
born
knew
and bred here.
Mark
You're
for over
part of the
30 some years
He's
now.
part of
I've been here over
the
half my life.
tapestry. He's part of the tapestry. But in addition to that, just he's a longtime city
Yes,
employee,
he is.
beloved.
Yeah.
He's well respected by his colleagues and people who work with him. We love him very much.
Yes.
And so I know what today means for him too.
Yeah.
Right, Mark?
Yeah, I had to do a health fair at Bethlehem, and I'm getting here. as quick
Cancer
as I can.
survivor.
Yeah.
I was just
And
going to say,
that's right.
We
And
both have these.
we are a cancer survivor,
We're
and
both cancer
I
survivors
recommend
here.
that every young man go get checked, and early check will lead to
Yes.
quality of life is very important.
We wear these things faithfully every day.
Yeah.
So when you see these little bracelets, I gave Mark one here years ago, and he wears it every single day.
I bought a bag of.
So remember, it says love, faith,
Yes.
and hope.
Can I just say one last
Yes.
thing? I want to mention, I just want to thank the two of you
Yes.
for walking alongside us and being such present voices in the community.
Yes.
And you all are loud voices in this community and respectable voices in this community. And I love the work that you're doing. I love the advocacy that you're giving to your community and the way that you're serving your community. And I am so flipping excited about you all doing more things like this.
We would love.
Thank you. You help
Thank you.
facilitate
Thank
That's
you.
right.
the majority of our guests and helping us get out here today. If it wasn't
And to
for
bridge the
Rebecca
gap.
Medina, and to help us bridge the gap here with these city elected officials, man. If it wasn't for Rebecca, I don't think a lot of this would be possible. So
Right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. They
You know
don't
we
pay
love
you
you,
enough
too.
money for what you do, Mark. They don't pay you enough money
Nah,
for what you do. If you want to raise my taxes, there's a little bit.
Well-
I'll give you guys a raise, man. You go right ahead and do it. So,
Again, everybody find their passion and do it.
right.
And you'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
Well, how about Mr. Knowles? You want
Yeah,
to?
yeah,
Yeah,
coming
we gotta
in.
get
We got
him.
Eric coming up next, Rebecca
Yep.
and Mark. Thank you for
Oh,
joining
you're
us here. We
welcome.
got more guests. We want to hop in here before they go.
We
So
love you guys.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for
We love
joining
you
us. So we
guys.
got Mr.
Eric, come on
Eric
over here and have a seat
Tigner
there.
coming in, and we see the commissioner coming around. We're gonna see if we can get a couple in at a time. We got an extra mic. Come on in, Pastor Noel.
Yeah.
We got a Reverend.
We know you're not. We know you're not going to say a lot.
Want to
We
make
just
sure,
wanna get your-
make sure you're on the camera now. Watch yourself. If you come on, slide on over until you get into the camera. You want to make sure you're in the camera. Keep sliding over a little bit
Yeah,
more. Here.
y'all can come over. Some.
There you go.
There
Now.
you
We got to get in a little tight. We're in a little small room here. We're joined now with the Reverend Nathaniel Knowles and Mr. Eric Tigner here. And
You're the only surviving brother of
Yes,
Johnny
I am.
Tigner, correct? And my mom and dad, former neighbor. We miss you, though.
Yes.
We miss you, Eric.
I'm sure it's me.
Trust me.
so we want to get a statement from you. We know it's hot outside, but what does this mean to see the grand opening here and the ribbon cutting of the Johnny L. Tigner Center? He was your brother. Tell us how you feeling and share a thought, memory of your brother growing up, or something that'll make the people laugh. We're live. We're live on the internet.
Well, we're grateful that the city of Deerfield saw fit to, the community came together to all as a community. And it's great because if he was here, he would have been so joyous because he was such a humble person. Not only was he a father, a brother, but he was a friend. And constantly I walk about the city and I hear younger people saying, you know, your brother helped me do this. Your brother helped me do that. I mean, he was such a humble guy.
Yes, he was.
He would give his last to be sure that someone else would enjoy life. He truly was a God-fearing guy. He grew up knowing that, look, we are helpers to one another. And he always taught me, bro, you know, bro, if you need me, just call me. So he was not only good to the community, he was good to the family. You can call him at any time and he would be there for you. If you needed help, he would always be there. And he talked about the city of Deerfield. He loved his job. He loved the community. He loved being in the environment where he could help someone. And he always said, you know, if I could just help someone along the way, you know, I would be happy. I don't have to get recognition. He was not one that seek recognition,
he
but
sure
the simple fact was he trusted the Lord. And one of the funny things while we're here with Pastor Knowles, he used to sit down and say to me, he said, bro, I've changed my life. And at the time I knew Pastor Knowles, but he talked so much about him. He may have not said it to him, but he was inspirational that he said Pastor Knowles was a guide and a director in the city. And so he believed in the community, walking in the community and with Christ. And he thought the spiritual leaders here that he would get with Reverend Knowles and some of the community leaders that they listened to him. And he said the community came together. If there was a problem, he could speak his mind, and everybody was open to listen. And so there was a lot of joyous time, a lot of great times with him. We laughed, we joked. He was just such a joyous person. I can't remember what that he ever angry.
I never saw him
seen
angry.
angry one
I
day
never
in my
saw him.
life. Never. He was
And I knew
always
him ever since
calm.
I was a little kid coming out here to the dance
Yeah.
back in the late 70s.
Pastor Knowles,
Yes, sir.
share an experience that you had with Johnny L. Tigner, and how do you feel about? What are your feelings just walking into this center here today?
Everything you said.
It's certainly a great experience, and it's a benefit to the city of Deerfield and to our community that we got someone that's almost homegrown that we have now named this center after. But Johnny Tigner was a person, and I can't say a whole lot because a lot has been said. He was a man that was humbled in this city. He was a man that didn't look for attention, but he was a person that gave his last in order to help any and everyone that he could. And, you know, it's just amazing what he has done and now what the city has done in naming this center after him, this complex after him. So I'm just happy. I'm excited. I'm thankful to God for what has happened, what has transpired, and the move that has taken place in this city. And I pray that the community would recognize and understand that they are the beneficiaries of a life that was lived by a young man who recognized that it was something that God had called him to. God doesn't call everybody to preach.
That's correct.
He didn't call everybody behind the pulpit. But wherever he was, that was his pulpit. And that was his opportunity to share with mankind, to be a mentor to all that he could mentor. And I think that this is just a great day. And this center has the right name upon it. The person who has, I believe, done the most in helping families and helping young people each and every day. So I'm just excited. And I'm grateful for this day, to be a part of this day and the work that is going to transpire out of this place. Pray that we would just take care.
That's right.
Yes.
Pray that the city,
Please, we all, well, you
Amen.
said a mouthful there, Reverend.
that we will take care. And I pray that the city would recognize that if Johnny Tigner from this community can come in and make such an impact, I pray now that the city will find those who are qualified in the city,
Yes.
in District 2, and be a beneficiary to come in and help to continue the legacy that he has lived. So we're excited.
Well, hey man, we're happy to see this,
That's
man.
right.
I'm just thrilled to. I mean, it's
I'm
a
thrilled to have
beautiful
you all
facility.
here. Both of y'all
Good
here.
to
Eric
see you.
here.
You
Good to
used to
see
live
Eric.
next door to my
That's
parents.
right.
Yeah.
Our parents, rather.
Long time.
Yes, yes.
And Rev knows a long time fixture here. I always tell Rev knows. I always tell him. He might. I don't think. Sometimes I tell him. I don't think he believes me. I always have respect for
Yes.
Reverend
Yeah,
Knows.
man,
And
respect.
besides my dad,
Yeah.
I always looked at Reverend Knows as a cool, calm person.
Yes.
And I say this, and God is my witness. I always have nothing but respect by the way he carried himself, and that's what I always respected about it. And Eric.
Mhm.
Eric always carried himself.
And I
same
recognize
way.
that much of my ministry is not behind the pulpit as well. Even though we've been pastoring now almost 41 years, I believe now that just to be in the community, to be a face in the community, to be a person in the community that again others can look to and understand that if he can do it, and I always tell folk, if I can do it, so can you. I'm no better than you, but I pray that this city would recognize and not just bring people from the outside
Yes.
to manage this.
Yeah.
But look for people who look like Johnny Tigner,
That's
who
right.
work like Johnny Tigner,
Right.
and do the right thing for our community. One more thing, if I can.
Mhm.
I encourage, if you're not registered to vote yet, you get out and register to vote. But I pray that you don't just register. I pray that you would vote.
Right.
This is a crucial election. And I
Yes, it
pray
is.
that we will get out and we will do what has to be done and encourage others.
Thank you for saying that. Definitely.
Encourage others to get out. I talk about it every Sunday from my
Yeah.
pulpit. I don't talk about the candidates per se,
Yep.
but get out and make sure that your vote counts. And one vote, we can win an election through one.
That's
vote.
right. We saw it. We saw it here in Deerfield, but I think like 20 votes or 30 votes. And
Yeah.
for Dale Holiness, it was like 7 votes between him and
Shepherd.
Sheffield. Yeah, for Congress. So
Yeah.
the votes definitely get up. Take 5 or 6 people
There you
with you
go.
when you go
Hold
to
the
vote.
polls. Hold the polls, and don't hold your vote hostage as well. And Reverend Knowles couldn't have said it better. Thank you, you and Eric for joining
Thank
us.
you.
I know we got some more guests out here. You're always welcome to come on our
Always.
podcast. And, it's hard
Always.
to catch you because you're traveling so much. You and your
Just
wife.
got
Reverend Knowles, I done invited him a few
Yeah.
times, so he's more than welcome.
So I heard Reverend Knowles say, "Well, I may as well get you while I got you." But you're not gonna come back.
Yeah.
And we're grateful too for what the Adam Brothers are doing. I certainly respect them and I respect their father and their mother
Yes. Yes.
tremendously.
Yes.
And I
thank
let
you.
them know how much I appreciate them and what they have done for the city of Deerfield
Yes.
and how they carried themselves. And it's a reflection of your parents. And I'm grateful. And I thank God for what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
And we pray God will continue to bless and use you
Thank you.
to be a mouthpiece.
Yes.
And a voice
Thank
for what is going on,
Yes.
not only in Deerfield, but wherever it is
Yes.
that you can, with all the things and our people that's being affected.
And before we let you go, they're going to be naming the building after our dad, the Bernard Adams
Yes, I was gonna say.
municipal complex over here.
Yes.
Hopefully, we can get you to come over there and do the prayer
I'm
and the
ready.
invocation and all that good stuff,
That's right.
man. So
I'm not on vacation.
you and Pastor Phil, we see him and my mom right there. So they're looking in there. I guess they want to come in here and
Well,
go
we're gonna
home.
have,
We're gonna have the commissioner
commissioner.
coming up next.
Hudak next.
Gentlemen, thank you, Eric. Thank you for
Thank
stopping by and talking
Thank
to
you,
us
sir.
again.
We
Congratulations.
appreciate you. Thank you
Y'all
all
know-
for coming in.
Thank you for stopping by and talking to us. You can send the commissioner in. I think
All right.
she's waiting outside there just to watch your step there. Thank you,
Thank you.
gentlemen, for stopping by and talking to us here on the Adams Brothers podcast.
You and the commissioner.
Yes, yeah, no, you can leave it on.
Where the
Leave it on.
commissioner?
Leave it on.
Okay, there
Come
you
on
go.
in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on, pull up a seat.
I will.
We can get two at a time. We got
I hope
Commissioner,
so.
District 1 Commissioner Hudak, and we got Reverend Bowles here joining us. So just watch yourself on the camera, slide over this way until you can see. Be careful in the camera there. We don't want you to talk and not be on the camera. Just get in a little bit tighter there when you see yourself, Reverend Bowles. There you go.
There you go.
So we've been asking for comments, and I don't know if I know Reverend Bowles remember Johnny L. Tigner, but we're gonna start with the commissioner of District 1, Commissioner Hudak. What are you feeling today, seeing this Johnny L. Tigner open today?
Like I said out there, this is a community center, and this is, it takes a village to raise a family.
Yeah.
And every village needs a center point. And this can be that center point. There are so many possibilities here, educational possibilities, things that can help mold our youth. And that's what I'm most proud of. Our opportunities, my job is to make sure that the next generation has the tools to succeed. And this is a facility that can give them those tools. So that's what I'm really proud of.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful facility.
Yes, it is.
And you were here that night when we were, and I stood up. And I'm not trying to take credit for it. I like working from behind the scenes there. And I stood up and I was like, I think we need to add a little bit more seating here. And we want to be able to go head up with the Pat Larkin Center and Emily Olson Center, and we could probably host our own Christmas parties right here in this center.
Or other
So
large events.
we're asking for more seating, and the community backed me up. And look, we have it right here, a facility with more seating. So thank you, Commissioner Hudak, for listening to the community. Not
And
me.
voting to put the money towards
Right.
it.
And
Under
that
That was a
intense
tough decision.
scrutiny, because a
There
lot of
was
people
intense
scrutinize y'all for
and
adding money.
our job as a dais is to listen to the community as well.
Absolutely.
I'm so proud of the people that I serve with, and if I've said it once, I've said it 100 times.
Mhm.
There are no hidden agendas.
Yeah.
They all are there to serve the community. They're there to serve their specific districts, but the city as a whole. And our job is to listen to the community.
Yes.
And that's what we did. And you look at it now, and it's like, I'm so glad we did, because it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
And this center, I'm so excited. I'll be so excited when I see this thing booked up every day.
Me too.
With
That's
the
what I'm
kids
waiting
coming in, with it's going to be great. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again for voting and making that tough decision to
Put the money there.
put the money where it's much needed here
Yes.
in this.
It was an easy decision.
Well, Pastor Bowles, what is your experience on this opening of the Johnny L. Tigner Center, and share a memory or growing up with Johnny Tigner or something to make us laugh?
We could be here all day because, as you know, I grew up in Deerfield. I recall the old rec center and how it was run, and Johnny Tigner is a man of my heart. The thing that I love about Johnny Tigner is that he was such a servant, such a willing servant, a humble servant, willing to do whatever. And I can recall many times anything I did, any activities I had to do, or things that I needed, that I would rec or anything in the community, Johnny was on spot. He was right there to do. And to see this monument, it is a dream, it is a vision manifested. Thank God for the city, the commissioners, and all the labor that went into it. Thank God for the folk that had the engines to push and to shove and to see this come into. I just know, and I know Johnny's looking down right now
Yes,
and
he
saying, you know, I remember what his daughter was saying out there about, you know, how he was a humble man and to see this kind of thing. Johnny would have his head down and just say, I'm just glad to be a servant and working. But Johnny, I'm just gonna tell you, man, hey, you did a great work.
Yes, he did.
Job well done.
John Wilson.
And Johnny was, I think the thing I loved about him too was how involved he was. He wasn't just an administrator. He was a people's person.
And a good athlete.
Good athlete too,
I
basketball.
tell people, he
Football,
used to watch him as a kid run full court.
Oh yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah. And he played hard, just like he was a part of it. So, and the thing that I think, and I'm gonna slow down here a little bit, it also connects with the community as a family. Yeah, it's a family affair here, and I thank God. And I think one of the things that the mayor said that our children's children will look back and see what this facility and what Johnny L. Tigner and himself as a man stood for, and what these many things I'm looking forward to when it's packed out and things are happening that will even bring greater honor and glory to God, and certainly to this community and to the city at large. There'll be a blessing in every way possible.
Yeah, former Mayor Nolan, Peggy Nolan, was here earlier. She said something that resonated loud and clear. She said, "There's no excuse now. There's no excuse for kids should not be here getting educated.
There you go.
For why this facility should not be a field facility that's here for the whole Deerfield community.
Exactly.
For everybody to utilize.
That's exactly right.
And there's no excuse, especially for the kids, because there's so many. We always said, and I truly believe in my heart that if you can just get to the kids while they're young,
absolutely,
get to them with the right programs, we can keep them from being in the prison industrial system.
There you go. And if I may, the recreational aspect, it's like it's the fingers reaching into the community and reaching those kids when they're young, but you know, they like to play, they like to have fun, they like to enjoy. It opens up such a marvelous door. And I'm with you. Take advantage of what the Lord has blessed us with, what the city has worked for and voted for and brought into fruition. And now it's time to make this dream, this vision. I don't want to keep dreaming now. I like the vision. I like reality. I like the manifestation of things to happen. And I believe this facility gives us the vehicle to get it done. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Thank you, Commissioner Huda, for stopping by and talking to us, man. We appreciate all of your service here. Thank you, Pastor Bowles.
Always a pleasure.
Always.
You all are welcome on this podcast anytime you get ready. If you see
both of y'all,
city manager or anybody else out there that wants to come in, I believe our mom and dad is out there. So
let them come in.
Yeah.
And we know Johnny was here because if you saw when we were all speaking,
the shade,
the son
with the daughter.
Then when his daughter came, all
right.
of a sudden I go to Bill, the mayor. I said, yeah,
He
you know what?
that too. He said that when he was in here.
Exactly.
Yeah, he said that was John.
That was Johnny.
There you go.
So he's watching over. He's gonna always be watching over this. And he's our guardian angel. So rest in peace, Johnny L. Tigner. This center is for you and your family, in the community and this city. So thank you all for stopping by to talk to us. We appreciate you all. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Enjoy you too. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for the good work.
Thank you. Absolutely. We've been talking to Commissioner Huda and Pastor Bowles here. They graced us to come in to talk to us here and share.
I got one question to ask the Commissioner. Is the report on Channel 7 related to you? His name
I wanted to ask that too. Yeah, answer that. I want to know that too.
I know you get asked that a lot.
I do get asked that a lot.
I gave it to you.
No, he's a little bit better looking, a lot younger. No, there's no relation.
Okay. I wonder if that's his son or his brother.
I'll tell you a quick story though. A real quick story about the Hudak last name. So it's real prevalent in Miami-Dade. So about, 2009 or so, an employee of mine comes up and says, I'm going to nominate you to go see the last space shuttle take off in Cape Kennedy. Yeah, okay, whatever. And I get called. I get up there and there's judges up there. There's police chiefs up there. There's congressmen up there. And there's me. And I'm just a regular everyday citizen. How in the heck did I get chosen for this? So I go to register and the guy goes to me and says, who that? I says, yeah. He says, how's the police department down in Miami-Dade? I have no idea. Aren't you the police commissioner? I said, today I am.
Thank
All right,
you
y'all.
all for joining us.
Thank you. Commissioner Hudak, thank you for sharing that story there with us, man. We appreciate you.
Pastor Bo.
Yeah, but Pastor Bowles, thank you again. Who do we have next? We got our parents, look like they're coming in. Josephine, come on in and pull up a chair. Get in close here until you see yourself on the camera right here. Come on in, Mom. Sit down at the chair and pull in, get close until you see yourself on the camera, and then we'll
We'll start with our mother, Josephine. We want you to tell us a little bit about Johnny Tigner and your time out here playing softball and all with him. Just tell us a little bit about what you knew about Tig and a memory you might have had about.
Share a memory about Tig that you remember.
You know, I'm not speaking now. You know, just nuggets too.
Yeah.
My name is Josephine Adam. I'm Wayne and Daryl's mom. I love them. Love them all. But come from Tigner. Oh, when he came out of school, I think we was out here practicing. He fitted right in with us to be what he was
Softball.
it was softball, but what was he doing? I think he was like refereeing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And so, and he was quite a guy. And so when we all start playing and he knew everybody, he had met some of the ladies knocking balls over there by McDonald. That's true now. That's not a lie.
Oh, that's the truth. That's witness that.
That's me.
That's your memory of Johnny. Okay.
That's my memory of Johnny. So
Okay.
I don't have too much to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And our dad, Bernard Adams.
Who they're going to be honoring soon too at the
Bernard
Central
Adams.
Campus over there now called the Bernard Adams Municipal Complex, and that's his dedication is going to be coming up soon at that building. We've been informed by the city.
What are your thoughts on walking through the Johnny L. Tigner Center here today and share a quick memory of Johnny, a conversation you had with him in the past?
Actually, this community center is excellent. I think it rivals Pat Lockins, maybe even better. Just hoping that we can come up with programs that would be inclusive of all our community out there. But this is a facility that really needs to be utilized, and I'm hoping that we come up with some activities and programs that would actually fill this center out here. Now, but Johnny Tigner was someone I sat down and talked with many days. I remember the days when you could not get in here in this parking lot in part because Johnny had teams from as far as South Dade in here playing basketball. From that he had women's softball. He had little league baseball. He had it was the programs he had that when we started football with the Packer Rowdy, he would actually go right into those programs after our season ended. And Westside Park was a park that was actually useful and had something happening here all the time. Now that has gone away, and I'm hoping that with this center, that the supervisors that will have programs that will meet the needs of this community here.
It's a beautiful facility.
Yes,
I'm sure you
is.
took a tour of it. Did you go upstairs and see all the rooms
Yes,
upstairs?
we did. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Hopefully, and everybody take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And be able to come out here and have programs like I say that will be inclusive of our community.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we wanted to get a quick statement from our mom and dad here.
Yeah.
We
Trying to get
catch
the
everybody
Tigner
before
family.
they
I see
leave,
some
and,
of them.
we're
I see
trying to
some
get
of the
more of
Tigner family
So
coming.
thanks to our mom and dad for stopping by and
If
giving
y'all
us a
see
statement.
Felicia Tigner out there, She was out there. I see him coming back this way. Can you
We
just
can get the Parks and Recreation Director, Greg Warner, in here. We can get him in for a quick statement. So take the time to get up there. So we're broadcasting live here from the grand opening of the Johnny L. Tigner Center. Here, we were just talking to mom and dad. They just came by, stopped by, and talked to
Let me
us.
see if I can see Alicia.
Real quick. We want to get the director in here, Greg Warner, in here, if we can. And we're trying to get some of the Tigners in here. And just signaling over here to Greg Warner to come in and hop in on the microphone right quick. Hopefully we can get him in here right quick to give a quick statement, and, and we'll let him go. I know it's been real tough, a long day for Mr. Warner. He's been working tirelessly out here at this beautiful facility. So we're trying to get everybody in and out of here so they can go home and watch some college football and relax and get out of this hot heat, South Florida heat. It's hot down here in South Florida, so I don't know where you're watching from out there in the internet world out there. So, but thank you for joining us. As always, we got the Parks and Recreation Director, Mr. Greg Warner, coming in here. Yeah, you can sit down right there. There you go. We just want to get a quick statement from you about, the Johnny L. Tigner Center, and I know you're coming in at the end. When it's, you weren't here when they first started, the groundbreaking and everything, but you're here now, and just give us your thoughts. Give us a quick statement on what you think about the building and, and what it's like just being inside the new Johnny L. Tigner.
I tell you, it's a very exciting day for, obviously, the city of Deerfield Beach. It's a very exciting day for myself as well, to be able to bring a facility like this to the community and be able to direct staff and program in this facility for the community. So coming in here, obviously turned out to be a beautiful facility, and I think the community is going to be very happy with the offerings. We're going to be able to pass it on to to move forward.
Yes, and quickly, I know you. How many seats? And I can't remember how many seating. Do you, off the top of your head, do you know how many seats the auditorium will hold?
So I'll give you a few different numbers. There's a few different types of setups that you can do here. So right now it's set up with a round table, so that would be a banquet style, and feel comfortably with a dance floor, that type of thing. You're looking at about 300 people. You could get more if you took away the dance floor and filled in those areas. If you had a presentation, so you have a theater style, which would just be chairs, you're looking at 350 to 375 people.
With the aisle.
With the aisle. And then you can go classroom with regular rectangular tables, and we're talking
okay. And that's about what the EPAC Larkins Community Center in Pompano holds. So that's good to know. I used to work down there, so I know a lot about Parks and Rec, and I set these events up myself, and I set up these 300 and 400 chairs and these round tables, these 60-inch tables with 8 chairs, sometimes 9. So, we're joined here by City of Deerfield Beach Parks and Recreation Director, Mr. Greg Warner. I know it's been a long week for you, a long day. We don't want to hold you.
I just got one thing. I know, Mr. Warner, everyone that came in here today said they would like to see, and I know we shared that same sentiment too when we had y'all before, that they would like to see this facility. I mean, everyone came in here, everyone said they'd like to see it full. Former Mayor Peggy Nolan said that there's no excuse now why for the kids not to be here, to get the kids off the street, to get programs here for the kids. And I echo her same sentiment. I hope this place is always full. I hope it have especially a lot of educational programs, not just sport, but definitely educational programs for this community.
That is definitely the goal, and that's where we're directing staff to work towards. My goal is to see this facility with people in it all the time. Right.
And we know it's going to get done. It's going to take a little
Yes,
while to get the programs going. And you need instructors, and you need teachers, and you need all of these things. And you know, it's you have to have the time to do that. So we understand all of that, but you know, we know that
don't want to put no added stress on.
No added stress.
We know you're gonna get.
We know you're gonna do.
You have the temperament for it. If it's one thing I notice about you, Greg, you have the temperament for it. So I have no doubt.
He's just like Johnny L. Tigner. He's calm and cool.
Just like you. He had
the same demeanor.
Same demeanor that I see you
just
with.
like you.
He has that same demeanor.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Warner, for joining us. We know you had a long day. We're not going to keep you long. So thank you, Director Greg Warner, for dropping by and talking to us here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
And we have Mr. Terrence Tigner. Sam, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sam, come on in here.
And the other family members.
Where's Felicia and Celicia?
Yeah,
come on in. Celicia don't want to talk. She's shy. Where's Felicia? Is Felicia out there? Sam. Okay, well, we got you here. So how do you feel today?
Okay.
How do you feel about walking into this Johnny L. Tigner Center? What are your thoughts? How does it make you feel, man? Does it send like chills through your body just walking through here? And does the building wow you? And do you see how big and beautiful it is? Just give us your thoughts.
First of all, thank God, you know, it's a blessing, you know, to be able to have my daddy name on the building and feel like a legacy.
Oh man, that's a great honor.
It was a good man. The family was very appreciative. But yeah, the moment I first walked in, it was just like chills ran through my body. You know, it was like me walking in through him with, like, I'm him just walking in, you know.
You look just like him.
Appreciate it.
You know.
I take that.
And just coming out here this morning, let me tell you, when I came out here, just standing up, looking at the crowd, looking at the people, looking up at the building, it was like an emotional moment for me, just knowing Tig from a kid, knowing him from when we were coming out here to the dance, to all of that, just coming here, I was in awe, just looking up there at his name. It was an emotional moment for me, so I can imagine what you all feel. I had so many conversations out here when I worked for the city with Tig out here. He was just the most, I never saw him upset. He was the most humble man. His character, everyone came in here said that was Tig. I never saw him mad. I'm probably sure y'all probably saw him mad as a kid, but he never showed up.
Well, actually, you know, he was always more of a kind of person that seen the bright side of everything.
Yes, he did. Come on, Felicia, and sit on down. I ain't seen you in so long.
One of the things, like, when things get a toughie, he get his more calm.
You don't have to talk, but just come on in there. Come on in there. You see yourself in the camera here. Come on in a little bit more. You don't stand in the camera. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You can come on over. But we're joined here by Felicia, Johnny's daughter, and Celicia here. This is his family. It's his kids right here. And we just getting, statements. And we heard you talk outside. We just talked to Sam. We heard you talk outside about your dad. And how does it make you feel just walking into this building?
Well, let me say one thing before you say anything. Did you see how it was so hot out there? And when you came up there to speak about your dad, all of a sudden the shade came over you. Did y'all notice that?
That's our angel.
Yes.
Yes, he's been
Everybody spoke of
Pull up
that.
to that microphone there. Make sure you're on the camera there. And so they can hear you out there, because we're live on YouTube and Facebook right now. So how does it make you feel right now?
We're completely related. We could not even imagine that today was even possible. So when the conversation of a Johnny L. Tigner Community Center was even being discussed, the magnitude of it wasn't this. So when we drove up on it today, because I don't live here anymore, and saw this, it just blew my mind.
So you're getting a little choked up when you first started talking, but
it choked me up just walking out here, seeing his name up there, just knowing his legacy and just knowing me here as a kid. watching Mr. Tigner out here, I was in awe. And I keep saying this. It was an emotional moment for me too.
Right.
And we all grew up out here playing in these parks out here. When your dad was out here, man, with softball.
Refereeing, playing
Right.
full court.
Refereeing,
So many days I watched Tig play full court basketball, refereeing the games. That's right. We saw all of that.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
We worked here we both worked here for 25 years, and I remember pulling up out here in a truck any day.
In the evenings.
Your dad would be out there smoking a cigarette, and we'd be out there talking, and just a humble man. I don't think you could find anybody in this city or anywhere that can say one bad thing about Johnny L.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was a humble man, soft spoken like Sam here. Sam just kind of laid back, just like him.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Felicia here, you all look just like him.
I wish your mom was both.
Yeah.
I wish that she was here. I wish both of them was here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's another thing that was hard for my family and I, is because many times, it's absolutely amazing that we're honoring my dad in the manner that he's been honored. But you also want to have your loved ones be able to see these types of moments. So though my dad definitely received his flowers while he was alive, yes, it was definitely a little difficult because my mom and dad are not here.
And we knew your mom ever since she's family.
Yeah.
Y'all family.
We always, when she's family, always give us a hug, fam, this and that. So, hey, but we're going to always remember that moment when you got out there and spoke and that cloud came over. Everybody noticed it, man.
Everybody.
That was your dad and your mom.
That's right.
That was smiling down. And
man.
We know that they're always going to be the guardian angel watching over this center, man. So we know it's going to be good things, happening here in this facility. And thank you all.
I'm glad y'all kids and kids one day can see this. See this and this beautiful facility. I mean, just like I say, to come in here and just think about just so many days here in the 70s, we would come in here, Tig would be in here, him and Miss Mary. And to come here and see them, Big Mike and Pee Wee Jordan at the time, to come here and think we were kids coming into the dance in 1978, 79, and then we had a chance to come here and actually work with all of them. That's a blessing right there. I'm glad to even be here to this day to see this day right here. And I'm so glad for your family. I'm glad for the Tigner family. This building could not have went to a better person.
Thank you. We definitely appreciate that sentiment because we absolutely agree. Because we know the sacrifice, we know the love, we know the commitment that our dad put into the community, and it was not a superficial thing. It was something that he truly believed, and something that was just the core of his belief. That was who he was. So, yeah.
Well, if you just join us, we were talking to Johnny L. Tigner's kids. We got Sam,
family,
Felicia. We got
Felicia. What's your name? I know you look like Felicia, so that had to be Felicia's daughter.
Felicia didn't want to talk, but she's doing all that talking on the side over there, telling them what to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all for stopping by here. It's been a long, emotional day, but thank you all for stopping by.
At least y'all can go home.
Felicia, thank you for your service.
Y'all took lots of pictures too, because this is a moment I always will treasure.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your service to the country. You served in the military. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it.
And thank you all for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we've been talking to the family of Johnny L. Tigner. His kids stopped by and gave us memorable moments that they shared their dad and how they're feeling about this center here today, man. It's a
very emotional day for them today.
Yeah, it's a very emotional day. Their mom and their parents aren't here. So, but they're here.
They're here in spirit for them.
We still got to get Pastor Peltwell. Did you see him out there?
I didn't see him, but let me go out there and see if I see him or anyone else, because if not, then we can soon wrap this on up.
Well, go ahead and talk to him a little bit. I was gonna go out there and see if I could get him.
Well, I'll go out there.
Okay, so he said, listen to him. He said, I'm the talker. He talked way more than I do. So anyways, we've been broadcasting live from the ribbon cutting and the grand opening of the Johnny L. Tigner Community Center. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility here in Deerfield Beach, man. And if you ever get a chance to come by here, please come by here. I don't know who's watching out there in social media land out there on YouTube and on Facebook. I saw Tony get Sensational Sands on here earlier. I saw Ocean Pearl Motel. We're going to try and get a couple more guests, and we're going to try and wrap it up around 1 because the staff here, they've been here all day, all week, man. They put in so much work into this grand opening. You know, they had a live DJ here. Man, I tell you, they've been putting in so much work, and I know that they're tired and they want to go home and relax and enjoy the rest of their Saturday and watch a little college football and just be with their families. But this day is all about Johnny L. Tigner. It's all about Johnny L. Tigner. He was a humble man, very soft-spoken like his son Sam. Sam was here speaking here, and soft-spoken just like Sam. His daughter Felicia, she looks just like him, and her mom, Celicia, the brother Eric, his brother Eric, used to live right next door to my parents, our parents. I want to thank them for all coming by and talking to us, you know, all of our guests here on the podcast. I don't know who we have next. I know we had Pastor Pelt that wanted to come by and talk to us. Hopefully he is still here. If he isn't, we wanted to talk to Pastor Pelt, but you didn't see Pastor Pelt out there? Anybody else? Any other guests? Who you got coming? So if we don't have any more guests, I guess we are going to wrap it up here. Did you see Dan Hertz? I know he wanted, and Karen Shelley.
I didn't see any.
I know they both said that they wanted to come by.
We can just recap here for a few more minutes and see if we see something.
Yeah, well, go ahead and talk to them. Let me take a quick walk. Let me take a quick walk around out here, and I'll see who I see. And if I don't see anybody, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, okay?
Yes, we're here today and honoring, we're going to have some pictures up. They're honoring Mr. Johnny Tigner. Mr. Tigner, most of the Tigner family are here, and they have on shirts with 37 on it, and I think that 37 represents the 37 years that he worked for the city of Deerfield Beach. As I said earlier, you know, it's something else to come here and you see. I remember here as a kid growing up here, and we would come to the dance on Saturday nights, and sometimes Mr. Tig, Mike Chance, rest in peace, Tig, Miss Davis. Back then, if I remember right, Larry Jordan probably was here sometimes, but they would always be here, and we had so many fond memories of Tig here refereeing the games. The umpire for the softball and the baseball, Tig was here at that time, and he was such a humble. You couldn't ask for a more humble man than Mr. Tigner. And it's you know, as I sit here today and just think about him, just think about his family, just think about everyone. It's a fitting honor for Mr. Tigner.
Yeah.
It is a very fitting honor for him and this community. I mean, there's so many people here today that came out. This facility is here for the whole city. And we always want to make that clear, not just District 2, this is here. We hope that this facility is full to capacity. And that's what we would like to see, definitely programs for the kids in the future. Come on in.
Miss Karen Shelley coming in here. Come on, pull up a chair. Come on over here. Sit next to me here. We got Miss Karen Shelley. She's one of our biggest fans, if not the biggest.
Always.
She was always on our page. She always watches us. She tells us all the time that she enjoyed watching our podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Karen Shelley, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for always.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for people who don't know. Tell us how long you've been here.
I'm so excited that you've invited me because I think it's so incredible. We have a podcast in Deerfield Beach that is from Deerfield. You know Deerfield, you know the history, and it's really helped me plug in Deerfield.
Yes.
So That's my thing.
What are your feelings about the community center?
Exactly.
Johnny L. Tigner Community Center. How did you feel walking through the door, seeing this beautiful facility?
I had an opportunity first to sit next to one of his nephews, who told me all about him and the family. And I'm sitting here with all of the relatives, right?
It's a lot of them.
It felt like being in a family reunion, and I love it. And to me, it does show the connection to Deerfield Beach, that we are a community, and that's one of the things. I've only lived here for a couple of years, although I grew up in Lighthouse Point, went to Pompano.
That's Deerfield.
That's Deerfield, right?
Yeah, well, say Deerfield.
But the sense of community we have here, I think is special, because I've lived in Pompano, I've lived in Lighthouse Point, I was in Boca recently, had Brendan Low apartment. Deerfield's special, it really is. And this community center is the example of that. It is the whole, and our location of the center, in the middle of town.
It's exciting.
Perfect location, and man, it's just me just knowing Johnny L. Tigner, knowing his family. His brother lived next door to my parents, and he was a humble man, very soft-spoken. You know, he didn't have an enemy in the world. Everybody loved him.
And his sister lived down the road from us, Miss Marie. Miss Marie Tigner Gowdy. Yes, so we lived near. We knew his family and knew him very well.
Did you get a chance to take a tour and go upstairs?
I actually had another meeting. I dashed out, so I ran back. So I've seen the downstairs. I haven't seen the upstairs yet. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
And looking forward to doing things in this community center. You know, I'm taking parties. It's a good party spot.
It is. It is.
Yeah, stay involved.
Yes, always. And you're welcome to come on our podcast.
Oh, anytime. You're welcome.
Anytime you want. And quick question before we let you go: are you ever thinking about running, getting in the politics arena?
Well, you know, we do have one election coming up in November. That's a priority election. But yes, I'm going to be running for the District 3 seat in Deerfield Beach. Commissioner Parnes is term limited. So there will be new people running for that seat, and I'm one of them.
That's good.
And I really, right now, my focus is on November. I think that you have a lot at stake.
But
after November 5th, I'll be all over for other reasons. I've been getting involved in the city when I moved here. I moved to Century Village, and I started getting a little depressed, and I thought, well, let me go out and meet the city. And I just got so excited. And then the more I thought about it, and then heard that he was term limited, and it wasn't my plan to be a politician, but I have a background in government. And so I'm going to do it, and I'm so excited about it. And the more I get to know the community, the more excited I am.
Well,
so thank you for asking me that.
When you get all ready to go and start, hit the ground running and campaigning, you are 100% welcome to come on this podcast. And we'll love to have you on here and then help you.
I think you will make a great commissioner.
Yes, you will.
And this is my first time meeting you.
She's really nice.
Listening to you,
I've talked to her.
I really do. I think you'll make a great commissioner.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm WYSIWYG, right? What you see is what you get.
That's the best way to be.
That's who I am. So I was Kay Shelley in high school, and I just had a little rebellion reunion with some of my high school classmates. So yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. We've been talking to Miss Karen Shelley. Thank you for stopping by and talking to us. And you're, like I said, you're welcome to come talk to us on this podcast anytime. Thank you for your support as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
watch your step there.
We're soon gonna wrap this up. We have
start wrapping this up. It's been a long day for everybody.
We've been out here since 9-something this morning, and it is almost 1 o'clock, and it has been a great day today to honor a good man and Mr. Tigner. So I hope everyone have enjoyed the guests that we had on. I hope everyone enjoyed the whole broadcast today.
Yeah.
And we look forward to doing more live broadcasts here in the future.
Absolutely.
For events like this. So
we enjoyed all of our guests. We had the mayor, we had all of the commissioners except for Commissioner Vice Mayor Drosky. He's out of town right now.
And Parnas, he had to leave. It's hot out there. Trust
me.
It
is. It's really hot. We didn't get the city manager, but we got a lot of people. We missed Pastor Pelt. Pastor Pelt, you slipped out on us. We wanted you to come on. But thank you for all of the commissioners and the elected officials that came by and the people from the community. Thank you for all coming by and talking to us here on the Adams Brothers Podcast, the hottest podcast here in the state right now. In the state.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. We was hoping to get you.
Yeah, we saw you, but you slipped out on us. We wanted to talk to you. But next time, we're going to be out here when they dedicate the BSO substation to Deputy Morris. We're going to be here, and hopefully we'll get the sheriff, and Dan will like to get you on here as well. So,
and my dad, they also remember they're going to be dedicating the Bernard Adams Municipal complex over on Southwest 4th Street. So that should be coming here soon. Hopefully, probably I figure maybe next month or late next month or either November or somewhere. Whenever it is, it'll be another great day, and we'll hopefully everyone come out again and enjoy the new Bernard Adams, which that's what they call it now, the Bernard Adams Municipal Complex, which is the public park and recreation public work building on 4th Street. So we just like to thank everyone for coming out today. We'd like to thank everyone that joined us. And if you also missed this, you can also go back on the playback on Facebook and YouTube and catch us. So continue to rock with the Adams Brothers Podcast. Bigger and better things are coming. The best days are definitely ahead, and God bless everyone out there.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody for watching. As always, thank you for rocking with the Adams Brothers Podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you all, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. Enjoy college football, relax, drink a lot of fluids and water.
Miami Dolphins tomorrow.
Miami Dolphins are on tomorrow. Go Dolphins. We're big, huge Miami Dolphin fans here. Thank you all.
Deerfield Bucks.
Thank you. Deerfield Beach High School.
Deerfield Beach Bucks. Definitely.
Yeah. So we're going to come back maybe one day next week with the pop-up podcast, or maybe even.
We're going to have some guests next week. Yeah. Maybe one or two guests. So continue to, we're getting back, going to be getting politicians back on here that's running for office in November. We also hope to have, we got a lot of people that want to come. State Attorney Harold Pryor, he just told us to give us a call give him a call whenever he's ready. So we have a lot of great things coming here. We're going to be doing our true crime podcast. So we're going to be doing a lot of things. Like I say again, don't want to stay too long. Y'all have a blessed Saturday.
Get out and vote. Don't hold your vote hostage.
Right.
Every vote counts. We're going to be having somebody talking about the amendments. Marijuana is on the ballot, and abortion is on the ballot. We're going to have guests talking about that. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. We appreciate
Get out and vote.
Watching us get out and vote. The election is coming up on November the 5th. Thank you all for rocking with the Adams Brothers Podcast. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We love you, and good.
And God bless everyone.
God bless.